Plays for St David's FC. Back home. I can play across the back line. He is more left-sided. You see him starting on that left side. Not much in it, but enough for a free kick to go the way of Grenada. The Spice Boys. Sinotiamba. There is Ben Stanley Amundi. Oh, the challenge coming in, and the referee will bring it back for the free kick. Just looking to see whether anything else would materialize there for Kenya. Going into ground like that, Trevon Williams, is always a risk. And so for Austin Odiambo, he'll have a look at this. Got a couple of goals to his name at senior international level. Some fans have even called him the Kenyan JJ Okocha. Here's the right-footed option. Clark-Odor, the left-footed. Here's Austin Odiambo. Goalkeeper gets down well. Like it might have been a little bit of a scuffed effort as well. Didn't get the cleanest contact, but still, Thomas got down to his left. Pretty rapid here. Might have seen that late, you know. Good reactions. Clark-Odor here. Gonna go short against the return pass, and in the end, it is goalkeeper's ball. Apologies if you did hear some rather fruity language. So the set piece that Kenya were undone by on Friday night against Estonia. These two nations, for the very first time, head-to-head on a football field. Here is Dakota. Near heads. But he goes quickly. Dakota do well to keep this in play. He's not going to get there in time, I don't think. Benny McCarthy on the right there. Said he was not that disappointed with his team's first half performance against Estonia. He felt they were rather lackluster, but as the game went on, especially into the second half, how they gained momentum. Said to the players at half-time that he felt that they weren't playing with the same desire that he knows they can play with. In the end, he believes that they could have won it twice. There was moments at the end of the match, the 90 minutes. Able to take their moments as well. The penalty shootout, that attempted Panenka from Richard Odada. One that he will want to forget. Both sides had missed a penalty. It's the second penalty in the shootout for both. It would be Estonia who would keep their cool. Well, Frank picking himself up. First 10 minutes. Ranked 113, plays ranked 164. And a great chance for these low-ranked nations as well to host FIFA events. The women's edition of the FIFA series. Kenya will be a host of. Races on. Aiken's all on his own here as he takes a tumble and he's told to get back to his feet. He's very much on the edge of things, Lucas Aikens, the Mansfield Town player who so long ago was facing the great Arsenal. And an FA Cup tie which they gave Arsenal a bit of a scare. Back here for Thomas. He plays for the Royal Grenada Police Force. Back home. Maurice Ben Stanley. Monty plays for Goma here, one of the great names of Kenyan football. Side with the most titles, actually 21. His team are currently as well top of the standings. Won it back again here. Kenya. Oh, and the save, but the parry has been put in the end by Austin Ojiambo. For the first goal of this contest, it belongs to Kenya. Austin Ojiambo pouncing on the parry back into play by Thomas. He was the quickest to react. But Grenada certainly not helping themselves at the back. And they have been punished. And the press was good. The pressure, in the end, telling. Smart save, but there was Kenya's number 10, as quick as a flash. He's got a couple of goals for his country in the African Nations Championship. Here's the Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola. And Grenada now to that list, and it is the Harambee Stars who have an early advantage. Milestone day for them today. For Kenya, it's their 750th international fixture in their history. Facing the 75th different nation that they have gone eyeball to eyeball with. This is Parish Muirhead. For Darrell Pierre. Muirhead again. And now Greg Sanderford. And did his very best to try and clear off the line for Rwanda's fourth goal. Enough to get over the line. It was a huge mass celebration once again inside this stadium. Was that a foul throw? I think a free kick has been awarded here to Grenada, who are behind again. It's just before half-time. when they did concede against Rwanda. It was an absolute beauty of a goal. But maybe here they can have a say. John Brown in the centre. Didn't reach him. Shikala was quick. And quick to get going. Winston Odiambo losing out. Grenada come again. Here's Akins. He's looking for Francis. Lucas Akins here. Starts again. Grenada looking for a response. But in a good place, getting positive results before these last two games where they lost at home to Jamaica and they had a defeat against Rwanda. Koto. Start to let it run out of play. We've got against him. Sinodiambo is just an error of elegance when he's on the ball. It's Manzo Aquaro. And Stanley Omondi. So not to go for the cross. Possession, the name of the game for Kenya here. Oh, tipped over. Fierce shot. Can we see Chris Arambo to score for his country? Stinging effort, tipped over the top. Well, they got over it quickly here, trying to catch out Grenada. There's the pullback. Oh. And they're going to score again. And Ryan Ogam has his second goal here at the FIFA series. Once more, Grenada defensively not clearing their lines, not switched on. And Kenya have now a 2-goal lead. And look at this. Not set. And looking to catch them out. First block, and they couldn't get it away. And it was easy pickings in the end, wasn't it, for Ryan Ogam? Another goal for his country. And having scored against Estonia, add Grenada to that list now. Wanting his team to be more ruthless in front of goal. That is exactly what they are doing here in the early stages, Kenya. So 2-0. Two goals in 5 minutes scored by the Harambee Stars. Ryan Ogam, who's playing in Austria these days, in the Austrian Bundesliga, the struggles at the bottom of the Austrian Bundesliga. He's been playing for their A team, where he has been scoring goals. He scored 3 and 5 for Wolfsberger's 18. Oh, that's it up from Sanderford. Referee playing the advantage. He's had to wait for a place on the bench again. Mohamed Bajaber came on for the closing stages their game against Estonia. He's been out with injury. Suddenly looking the more comfortable on the ball. Oh, Kenya here, Sandiford. Clears it away towards Akins. Oh, and pickpocketed in the middle there, Chris Arambo. Akins has to hurry and will get there. Then loses his footing. Oh. The sudden Manso Aguero wasn't holding anything back there at all. This clearance had a lot of rain here today. Through the first game as well, there is a fair few players losing their footing. Dakota with the long throw. It's got some airtime on the mat. Jabari Dakota once again with the throw. John Brown has to go all the way back. Towards Akins, who was beaten to it. Franco Diambo. They don't look settled, do they? And down there, they're getting frustrated with each other, the Grenada players. About cool heads. It's a Republic of Ireland team in Spain in a friendly coming up in May, seen as a significant step in their growing international journey. There's Farouk Shikalo. His goalkeeper, he was a late call-up. And one who pulled out with injury. Shikalo again. Sinotiambo. Space to the right. She's moving through the centre as well. Kenya, this is looking threatening. At the moment, that has not been taken. Couture again. Only had one thing on his mind, didn't he? Bearing down on goal. He's Nairobi born. He spent a lot of time in England through the Leeds United youth ranks. Time with Barnsley and Bradford City as well in Yorkshire. He's playing with Grimsby Town. For Akins. How about that for keeping your composure? playing for the team who were top of the tree in Kenya, Gor Mahia. That's the club. He started his career out after a time in Sweden. In Gordon's ranks, he had some loans away, is low down as the third tier in Sweden. Duke Abuya, captain on another. Chavon John Brown now for Grenada. On the link up with Roma Frank. Door. The momentum still with Kenya here. Oh, the challenge comes flying in, and how that needed to be timed. Looked the most conventional. As Muirhead wins a free kick. Francis. Free kick. It was Mike Kibwage's way. He plays for the Tusker club here. It's alongside Franco Diambo. Looking to make sure that they finish positively with the FIFA series, which has been a number of mini tournaments staged all over the world. It's a pilot event, 2024. From the likes of Australia, Kazakhstan, here in Rwanda, to New Zealand, Puerto Rico. Quite the event. Women's series to come, of which the country of Kenya will be one of the hosts at the Nyayo Stadium. Stino Diambo. Manzo Aguero. Roma Frank got more of the ball than the player. And that will be a free kick. Jabari Dakoto's way. We're playing in a different role today, with this wing-back role, rather than the central role that he seemed to play in the first game. Settled into a back three, looks like, actually, when you look at it here. And left of a central defensive pairing is his more native position. Francis. Here's Akins on the drive. Club Mansfield didn't play at the weekend due to the international commitments. Touch just letting down Trevon Williams. Ben Stanley Omondi. Here's Clark Odor. Stino Diambo, nice idea. Door shut by Durrell Pierre. So we're approaching half an hour. Kenya in complete control of this one. This third place clash of this FIFA Series 2026 here in Kigali. Just about getting that right. Akins offside. Chris Orambo. And Stanley Omondi. Rambo. Stino Diambo making the move, can't be found. Cut out by Sanderford. He's playing for Bedford Town in the National League North in England, outside of the top 92 professional teams in the Football League. That's a low one, too close to Thomas. Meanwhile, at the other end, Francis, but there's nothing on, and you can see in his disappointment there is no further option ahead of him to use. Here come Kenya again to add to the goal. Nicely done. Oh, this is wonderful football. Oh, it's so nearly a finish. But for the post denying Austin Odiamo, that would have been one of the goals of the overall tournament of this FIFA series. And it started here with this flick. Oh, it's so unfortunate. It really is. They've found the groove. It's a straight one from Ogam. And Grenada can clear away. Here's Romar Frank. Kipoige in the way. There's Francis now. Francis to have a run. Jermaine Francis with the cutback and taken away from Akins. Somehow Frank Odiamo did enough. Moments of both ends. Here is the main man again, the midfield Rolls Royce of Kenya. He's the one that is making everything move and tick, isn't he, out there, Austin Odiambo? He's in the Lebanese Premier League. Ogam. Rambo. Controlled, dominant performance that Benny McCarthy was demanding from his players here. So many red behind the ball, though. Ryan Ogam. Stino Diambo. Starting in from the back here. Kenya, who have been a top 100 team once before, the FIFA rankings. 2008, they were as high as 68. Through for Austin Odiambo. Flag did stay down. There's so much creativity in this Kenya team. You think of those that are on the bench as well for Benny McCarthy to go to and need be. Kenya, who've never qualified for a FIFA World Cup, so it could be said for Grenada. Will be an overrun here at times. Auto to the right. Cut out. The intention was for Juko Buya. Dakota, and it just needed to be better. Well, then there's an openness. Look at the amount of space between defense and attack. Not a red shirt in there. Chris Rambo for Kenya. Hazelgam. We just heard the call from Austin Odiambo that he was on. Challenge coming in here. Rommel Frank, and the free kick goes Rommel Frank's way. Yeah, take him with the man there before the ball. It's filling up more and more, the Amoro Stadium here. And those that are in attendance very nearly saw a goal of real quality. Here's Okwaro. The amount of space he has to move into, Okwaro can't make the most of it. Another go here for Abuya. It's for the Yanga club in Tanzania. So today he was captain of the last November outing when they lost 8-0. Coming up against Senegal. Here he is. And to go for goal himself rather than square it. And fair to say that Ryan Ogam was letting him know about his decision. It's going to be very difficult from that sort of angle. Franco Tiampo to goalkeeper Farouk Shikalo. Abuya. Austin Odiambo. Ogam in the centre, more arriving now in white. Austin Odiambo. Here's Ogam. Jabari Dakota all of a sudden was right there in his face. Dakota, who plays for the Colorado Rapids, Major League Soccer. With their youth ranks, the Rapids, third tier in the MLS Next Pro. Arrived with the Rapids, having been the 86th overall pick during the MLS draft. Sinodiamba. Okwaro. Frank. Not happening. Not happening for Grenada. So Poirot yet to make a senior appearance in Ligue 2 in the second tier of France. Decoto back for Fixture Thomas. 2-0. There's 2 goals coming in the first 18 minutes. That could have been added to. Struck a post from Kenya. Here is Austin Odiembo. I think that they have been a lot. It's really simply keeping hold of the football in this first half. McCarthy has always spoken about how he wants his players to play with expression and freedom. Stanley Amondi, wide over. Swing and over the top. So Rambo found himself in a good position. Take a touch to have a go and still waits for his first goal for his country. Could have got again, couldn't he? So Rambo, if he got his head up, there was an option to his right. It's headed straight to Grenada here. Robert Frank gets the free kick. Here's Decoto. Well, that's well shielded out. Good defending. So we're on the approach to half-time here in Kigali. Kenya with 2 goals, well-taken goals. Odiembo, one of those. Yeah. Trying to stop Kenya in their tracks here. Ecuador. Is it up for Ogam? Can't get out Grenada here. Chris Rambo. Ojour. Francis. Just nothing is happening for Grenada. Once they get over halfway, that final pass, if you like, just to make things happen. Look at Francis there. He's furious. Two additional minutes. Guaro. It's a race to keep it in play, and he does. Sanford. Roma Frank. New ahead. Sanford again. He's at Bedford Town on loan from Coventry City, but he's a native of Luton. Here's Abuya. For Ronnie Onyango. He's in Norway's second tier. His new season is set to get underway. He has another look at his watch. Kenya in control at the halfway stage here. 2 goals which were taken inside the first 18 minutes. First from Austin Odhiambo and then from Ryan Ogam. The tap in the end, it could have been more for Kenya. Grenada Wage in possession. Oh, and that loses it. He's eye off the ball. Doran Pierre and Greg Sanderford. Muirhead told to go backwards. Back for Sanderford now, who launches it for Grenada. As more and more enter the stadium ahead of Rwanda against Estonia in the final of this mini tournament here in Kigali. Should be again another wonderful occasion. Just leaving out that lazy leg. Steno Diambo. It's Francis now, can hold it up for Grenada, bring others into play. Quite linked there with Lucas Akins. Akins again. Shamon John Brown. A bit of urgency from Grenada. This is good play. And a stop from Shikalo, who was committed early. Denying Jabari Dekoto. Encouragement, certainly, for Grenada. Some real positive intentions there. We're going to get a corner. First save that Shikalo has had to make in this football match. Josh Gabriel. Here comes the corner. Oh, and missed by Craig Sanderford. Yeah, he's gone for a throw-in, but Sanderford, if you got a contact on that, that might have been Grenada's route back into this game. To score a goal in his senior career. By Sakari, who has a degree in statistics and pure mathematics. Muirhead. Francis. This was Sutton United back home in England, who rather cruelly beaten in a way by Rochdale, top of the league at the weekend. Leading for so long, and then two late goals for the league leaders. Betting what would have been a wonderful victory for Jermaine Francis's team. I'm sure he was keeping up to date with what was happening on Saturday. Steno Diambo, nice pullback. Oh, wide from Bachaba. But he was a scorer in World Cup qualifying against Gambia last March. And again, it's the delightful touch for Steno Diambo to just set it up for him, and wrong side of the post. Play's been away since January due to injury. There's no way that Paddy McCarthy was not going to call him up. And in ahead of Michael Olunga, who is Kenya's second top scorer, 34 goals, not being involved. been quite a few on the side weighing in with their opinions of McCarthy's selection for this one. Sakari. These matches and those to come as well. Look, preparation for to make sure that they will be at AFCON, the next one. It's a hit from range from Trevon Williams. Wide. It's for Queen's Park Rangers, but not the one in England. The one back home in Grenada. A couple of goals for his country. Kipwaka for Farouk Shikalo, who was in tears after their elimination from the African Nations Championship in 2024 when they were on home soil. They lost on penalties to Madagascar. Dorel Pierre. Thomas. Dakota. Just the throw. Towards John Brown. For Grenada, no foul. Ryan O'Gan, well watched by Dorel Pierre. It's a great example, actually, of those being able to rise through the international ranks for his country. Gabriel. That's from Francis, and he's on his way. Jermaine Francis, what can he do here? Francis still. Grenada promising. Gabriel stopped. More like it. The team from the Caribbean. Here's Muirhead. It was rather awkward the way that he came back to him. Dorel Pierre. Gabriel. That will give Grenada a lift, certainly. We're well off it in the first half. Kenya taking their moments. Austin Odiambo and Ryan O'Gam with the goals. Get Francis going, though, and you can see what he can do in that electric burst of speed that he has. 3 league goals for his club this season. Here is Austin Odiambo. Sanford with the block. Would have been spectacular had that nestled in. For Onyango, plays for Gor Mahia here in Kenya, the top club. Seoul senior club. His career. Here's Francis. Just add some energy, create that electricity. And going forward, Durrell Pierre, free kick will go Kenya's way. Kabuya just feeling one from Durrell Pierre. Six appearances at the African Cup of Nations for Kenya, but 2019, their last appearance in Egypt. Set to be the joint hosts of the next one. So these games and the rest, preparation for Benny McCarthy to make sure that his squad that he eventually chooses is absolutely right. McCarthy has spoken about the character, the personality that is running right through this Kenyan group of players. Such a high level. And he acknowledged that Estonia had been together a little bit longer than they had been in the previous game. There was real excitement from Benny McCarthy about how his side dominated a European nation like Estonia. Pierre, John Brown. Here's Franco Diambo for Kenya. Aishabert. Austin Ojiambo. Kador had to put the brakes on, didn't he? Durrell Pierre is there again. Now Francis. Stuck on the line. Corner. Clark Ador will take. He's missed a few call-ups, now relishing this one. Austin Ojiambo. Clark Ador has had a number of opportunities to join the ranks, but some 5 years or so away from the Kenyan national team. His debut in 2020 against Zambia. on also, a changing goal, and Brian Bawire to get a run out here. So all of the goalkeepers will have a role to play, get some minutes under their belts. They were also making changes, Vijay Valsin being one of those, but Bawire, Valsin on he comes. And Cabero, the time comes. They're coming on here as well. Comes Roma Frank. And Trevor Williams also. Joe Valsin plays for St John's. Grenada and Cabero. Time here to come on, is it? So you take the place of Austin Ojambo, put in the shift all right for an hour, just over. And the Tranmere Rovers, who's currently a loan from Leyton Orient. Zekabera is a native East Londoner. So beating Benny McCarthy was an inspiring moment. He made his debut in the previous game. Vijay Valsin, an 8th cap now. Soft appearance, and he's going to be straight into the action. Just misjudging where the ball was going to land. Zekabero, he was actually having issues with his Kenyan documents to get him here for international duty, but he was able to get it all done in time, make his debut in the first game. They've had problems with bringing the likes of Zach Viner over, Wrexham player. He's currently focusing on club commitments as well, but stung recently with the processing of getting his Kenyan passport, didn't arrive in time. But Benny McCarthy has been very much an advocate of bringing players from further afield. He says foreign-based players really do bring the professionalism to the team. He's been doing a grand old tour of Europe and in England, which he's used to. Benny McCarthy, from his time coaching there as well, with Manchester United, playing in England as well. Lots of Blackburn Rovers. Knows the English game. Confirmation of these Kenyan changes. As you can see there in your picture, plays in South Africa. This team, the Polokwane City, currently mid-table in the South African Premiership. Cleared away. Dakota. It's Keyshawn Clark who's come on. West Virginia Tech. He's currently majoring in sport management as a senior. Thomas takes hold here for Grenada. Daryl Pierre gives it away. Reminder of Rwanda and Estonia, the next game to be played here, and then there will be a ceremony, crown the winners of this mini tournament. As Francis is offside. Talk about a high line. William Lenkabai is going to be the latest to come on here for Kenya. We'll take the place of Clark Otoa. It's a frustrating time of it. He had a good chance in the first half to score. Otto will now take his place on the bench to watch the rest. He's a Grimsby Town player. He was actually the only Grimsby man to miss a penalty in the shootout against Manchester United this season in the League Cup, which they did win. As the Mohamed Ajibert fan club is in full attendance again. It's a great takedown, and Akins won't get there. Jermaine Francis has become more and more involved in things going forward in the second half. And he's more and more becoming a threat. Cuts with the throw by Omija. Cutto. Here's Gabriel for Francis. To look a lot more comfortable on the ball, Grenada. Just sending out a bit of a message to Kenya that they're still in this game. Tops finding Gabriel again. It's a cross. Oh, nice idea. So Cabero pointing to where he wanted it. Cabero said that he heard a plan from Benny McCarthy. And with the confidence still in him to make sure that he was part of the plans going forward for Kenya. His dad was a former player as well, Henry, for Kenya. So Akins makes way. Dean Roy Phillip is going to be the player that replaces him. Dean Roy Phillip dropping to the bench. Plays in the United States. He's a no score in his college days with Otero College in Colorado. In February, I actually saw him join the University of Maine at Fort Kent for the 2026 season. Going through nicely from Francis. Phillip has only just arrived. 20 minutes to play. Can you still have these two-goal advantage? Grenada is a defensive unit and as an attacking unit as well in the second half. Far better than what they were showing. They finished third in their second round of qualifying for the World Cup. They're behind Trinidad and Tobago and Costa Rica. There's Zekavero and Lukapai. Straight the goalkeeper. Anthony Modeste, former Grenada international, was in interim charge after Terry Connor headed back to the UK. Coaching capacity. Another spell as a head coach as well, after a play coach role. And a third for Kenya. Well, the substitutes making an impact. Helping hand from Grenada via the deflection, but in this FIFA series, an assist and now a goal for Tramiromas Zekabero. And Kenya have their third. Thomas rooted, nothing he could do. And this is turning into a good day for Kenya, finishing this FIFA Series 2026 with a convincing victory. First goal for his country, and he's got 2 goals since his loan move in January to Tranmere. Now I think it's first for Kenya, which will be a sweet moment. Sakari. It's Muirhead for Grenada. They've shown some bright moments. The second half in particular, hounded under pressure, nowhere to go, and Omar Aboud will just see it out of play. He did get the final touch. Dakota has recently been called into the first team squad. Colorado Rapids, New York City FC. Muirhead can't win it. Lankapai going long and getting that all wrong. Kenya's only previous encounter against a team from the CONCACAF region was back in May of 2003. It was against Trinidad and Tobago. It finished 1-1 in a friendly at home. I think overall it has been a worthy victory. Bruire's not had that much to do since coming on, has to be said. Goalkeeper did concede 8 against Senegal at his last cap. McCarthy, though, he's pointing out that he does see progress in their development on the international stage. Clear signs of progression. Will come up against fiercer opposition, there's no doubt about that. Still laying down the foundations ahead of AFCON, the next one. Sakari. Out by Chantal Brown. There's Zekabero. Odada. The run on the far side. Yango just about got his pass away. Odada. Lekape, a bit of space to his right. It's for Sakari now. Odada. Yango gets it back. It is on Yango. And he's forced Trishawn Thomas into some work. So changes here. So Raheem Rayburn, he came off the bench to get a few minutes in the previous game. He's going to do the same. It's the end of Jermaine Francis. And also a change in goal. Shaquille Charles to get a run out here. St. John's Sports Club. Oshon Sylvester of the Hurricanes. And Kimron Marshall as well of St. John's. They are the changes, late changes here for Grenada. Pierre looks away as Marshall replaces him. It's been a part of the international setup since 2017 when he made his senior debut for his country. Comes Oshon Sylvester. He's currently the Hurricanes under-19s captain. He's the captain for Grenada's under-20s. First call up to the senior squad. Great moment for him. Here for Bouire, but all good. Almost the charge, but a first touch for Shaquille Charles. Just his second cap. Previously only played some 9 minutes at his first for Grenada. As we approach 90 minutes, Dakota, and the flag's going to go up here. Extraordinary line, defensive line from Kenya. To say, Dinwiddie Philip was looking right down the line as well. Ooh, I'm not so sure. It's a tight one, whether Kibwage was playing them on. Well, at the other end, that goes up this time. And there's Zekabero has put the ball in. That's a problem for Josh Gabriel, it looks like. That's a good call. So we've hit the 90, and it's a stoppage time we are. 5 more minutes to play. Had a lot of changes. Wilson nowhere to go. Good player with the switch. Odada. Philip. The cutter. Bachever would have been offside. Things ticking here, Kenya. Sekabero. Bachever. We'll come back to Sekabero here. The cutback. And nobody there in a white shirt. Well, the race now from one end to the other is Rayburn. Wilson. Go wide again. No, and the challenge from Omar Aboud. It's going to lead to a free kick in a telling position as well. Just pulling back, ready to fire in the striking, Roy Philip. Caught the right leg of Omar Aboud instead of the ball. This extraordinary facility has been quite the home for the FIFA Series 2026. One of two stadiums used here with the Kigali Pele Stadium. And after the great man himself. Well, this would be one way to have the final say. Straight into the wall. They go again to try and win this. The break could be on now for Kenya. William Lenkupai. Bachever, my goodness, how good is that? What a piece of control that was. And their magician. Odata for Kenya, 3-0. Game is won, third place belongs to them. All four teams will be celebrated later at the closing ceremony. Dakota. Oh, showing ambition. And a yellow card right at the end of this game. To Alfonso Mija. It's away from Omar Aboud, and then the wall from Alfonso Mija. Besides Kalidou Koulibaly, a great role model. Gabriel rises. Sekabero. So the referee to bring the game to a close. And that will be it. So Kenya ends their FIFA Series 2026 with victory.